Okay, this is a video about the fur auctions. Getting a lot of guys asking, where I send the fur, how much I get, how to send it, stuff like that. So, anyway, this is last February sale. I just marked off, that's my name and account number and stuff like that. North American Fur Auctions. I don't get paid by these guys or anything. Anybody who sends their fur, I'm not making money off you or anything. This is just what I do. So anyway, so this first page just kind of gives you a balance forward, means they owe me nothing. They paid me $2,900. Okay, and then you open it up here, and in the next page, supper burning there. Okay, so the next page is the sale, the detailed report. Okay, the sale was February 23rd. Hopefully this picks up. The prompt date was 16th of March. That means when they pay. The exchange rate, because I get paid in US funds and I'm Canadian. Okay, so then how it works is, this camera doesn't like to focus here. Okay, the catalog or the lot number. This ain't working. Anyway, I wish you could see it. If I get too close, it just gets foggy. Anyway, there's a lot number here and a bundle number. Okay, everything is sorted into lots. That's how they're sold. Okay, this is from beaver. Now this is every individual beaver. This one was triple extra large, double extra large. The grade was SLT, which means slight damage. Color was BR, which means brown. Clarity isn't listed, and the section or quality is SEM, semi, I think that's semi-heavy, I think. Quantity 1, price in Canadian dollars, $24.56 for a net amount of $24.56. Okay, like there's this next line here, there's 2 at $18.17 for $36.35, okay? So anyways, it goes down all your beavers, everything, the lot numbers, the size, the color, everything about every single pelt that you send in. Okay? And it goes through every beaver. And you can see beavers aren't worth a crap. Like 24, 36, 35, 48 looks like my best one there. Oh, there's a 58, 9. Oh no, that's 4 of them there. Looks like $28 here is my best beaver. Like, they're just not paying worth a crap. Okay, so you go to the next page, it continues on with my beavers and the prices, and then it tells you, okay, there's my sold average of $13.65. Then there's the number 3s, which are your damaged ones, put holes in them, or they're no good for whatever reason, okay, and then it gives you the same thing, all your lot numbers, everything, and the crappy prices you get, like $9.33, $6.88, stuff like that, here, 98 cents, whoop-dee-doo. Anyway, then it gives you your section 3 average for $9.92. Okay, then there's the casters. Okay, sorry about that, supper was burning. Then there's the casters here. That's the glands on the beaver. Okay, this is measured in ounces. And then there's the clean and the ordinary are the 2 grades. So I had 106 ounces of the clean, and was it 54 ounces of the ordinary, $3.98 an ounce here, and $3.37 an ounce there, and there's your total of $603.77. Casters was good, and it shows you your average there of $3.77 for your caster. Okay. Last year I didn't go after any coyotes. I had one set of snares there just by where I was dumping my beaver carcasses, and that's it. So. Okay, so then like coyotes here now, okay? Then again, your lot numbers, your bundle numbers. Every coyote that I always get, I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or what, but every single one is extra large to large. There's no way, I've never ever got a small, a medium, a large, anything else. They're always that size here. Okay, grade are 2s. A grade 2 is basically, it's done right, but it's not prime. These are all very early coyotes here. I don't think any of these even live to see October 20th. And then SDG is slight damage, okay? And then they give you the color, there's medium, dark brown, mixed, and mediums. Clarity, 1 to 4, I have no idea what that means. If somebody knows, you tell me. Okay, then the section or the quality, early, 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 extra early, extra early, extra early, good and good. So you can see that, you know, these were very early coyotes. And then the numbers that I sent in, how many of each, and then the prices. Okay, and that was my average, $57.52 for my coyotes. So you can see even these crappy, a lot of these were pups, like these extra earlies and stuff, those were pups, they were not good. But that's how I do on my coyotes there. Okay, then muskrats, same thing again. Everyone's a lot number, your bundle number. Okay, then your size is extra large. And you can't really see it, but that's an asterisk and then a 1. That means a select. Northern average winter is what he's called. I got 4 of those at $8.60 a piece. Okay, so that I think is my best rat. $1.47 here I believe is my worst. I think. Yeah, looks like it. $1.47 was my worst rat. So. And it just continues on. And the next page here finishes off the muskrats for an average of $5.15. There was 178 of them. Okay, then my section 3, I had one that was a garbage rat, and he still got $2.85. Okay, so then what they do is at the end, and then they add it all up. You got your total sales. And in this case, it was $3,430.71. Again, I only trapped for 3 weeks, so that's about $1,000 a week. Auction commissions at 11%. I'm at 11% right now. I used to be on the membership where you give them $100 and then you get it down to 9%. But that runs out after 5 years, and I never renewed it because I didn't put out enough for last year. This year I will be renewing it. So they took $377.38 off my check for commission. Provincial royalties for $57.85, and that's every muskrat, every coyote, every beaver. You have to pay a little bit, like 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, whatever, to the government for every one. Drumming, $1 per skin on coyotes. Coyotes, fox, fisher, marten, I'm not even sure. All the fur out animals, I'm pretty sure they do drumming on. And what that does is it cleans the grease out of the fur. It fluffs it up, it cleans it. It just makes it present a little better. So you spend $1 here and you get it back tenfold, you know, back on the other side. Anyway, so $11 they took off. So that gives me a grand total of $2,984.48, and then they cut you a check saying just that. Then the next page is your inventory summary, and that basically tells on hand from last season, nothing. They sold all my fur. What they got this year, 103 beaver, 11 coyote, 179 muskrat, and 160 ounces of castor. Returned or nor value means whatever that was garbage or they sent back to me, nothing. They sold all of it, and they currently have 0 on hand. That means that they sold everything. Now, if they don't sell, basically what will happen is it just gets carried over and carried over and carried over to the next auction. So you don't get it back and then you have to resend it or anything like that. They just hold it there in their warehouse and it gets sold next auction. Okay, then you also get this thing here. It's a wild fur sale. And they break it down. They just give you a few paragraphs here on what's good, what's bad, what's doing what. Okay, and then they give you, okay, they call it musquash. That means muskrat. There was 400,884 offered. 100% of them sold. And the average was $6.54. So I didn't even hit average. That's not good. Usually I do a lot better than that. And the top one was $21.62. And I'm sorry, I know why. They did this Eastern and Westerns. There's a difference. There's an Eastern muskrat and a Western muskrat. The Western muskrat's what I have. There's the smaller ones that are cheaper. The Eastern ones are great big muskrats and they get more money. So that's why the average looks bad here for me. If they would have split this into the Eastern and the Western, then you would have seen it. Anyway, they do the exact same thing, like fisher, marten, beavers, otter, raccoons. Like in raccoons, for example, you know, Canadian raccoon, Western Northerns, Western Northern Central, Eastern Northern Central, Western Semis. You know, like they break down every region that they come from, all your averages and your top prices. Okay, this is just kind of an overview, and then again, same thing. Coyotes, we have the heavies here, and that averaged $71.88. Okay, so $324.23. Again, like I said, mine were very early, so I didn't expect to even touch that average. Then, you know, same thing. Lynx cat. Lynx cat is the bobcat. wild mink, red fox, gray fox, cross fox, silver fox, wolverine, squirrel, ermine or weasel, badger, possum, skunk, Arctic wolf, timber wolf, bear, and casters. Okay, so, and they tell you everything that's been offered, how much sold. Like this one here, 85% of timber wolves, 89% Arctic wolf, 75% of eastern coyotes. Other than that, everything sold 100%. Okay, and that's basically it. That's what you get after the first sale is done. It's real simple. Once you learn to read these things, like that gets confusing, like all those, you know, northern average fall, northern average springs, you know, those are all just different grades of muskrats and stuff. But once you learn to read it, it's not bad, and you learn a lot from it because they break down everything and tell you everything about it, and you can see, you know, what you've got versus what everybody else is putting out, how yours rates to other ones, stuff like that. So anyway, hope that helps anybody. North American Fur Auctions, the only website I know is NAFA, NAFA.ca. But what I found is the Trapper and Predator collar. This is an older one here already. This is December 2008. But anyway, there's a NAFA ad in here. Fur Fish Game also has NAFA ads. Okay, so the Canadian guys, pretty much everybody in Canada ships to NAFA. Everybody, I've never been asked, but the American guys, look in those magazines there. They'll give you where to send it and who to send it to or who to contact or whatever. Other than that, that's about all I can tell you on fur handling, or fur sales. This year, when I get this one for this year, I'll put another video up and everybody can see how I did or how I bad or how good I am or whatever. So anyway, any questions, give me a shout. Other than that, that's fur sales.